When he wants food, he just sits there and he gives you a look. He'll just sit there and stare until eventually you get the point. And I mean, he'll have breakfast and then 20 minutes later, he'll be sitting there like... It's so polite, I find. It's such a cute little characteristic that he has. He's got many different layers, old Yuki. He's super friendly and super sweet, but, you know, also playful. Sprints up and down the house. We like to call him feral mode. He does quite like his me time, you know, but I think for like probably 60 to 80% of the day, he's always following us around. He always wants to be with us and sleeping in between us and often on our legs. But we'll never sacrifice Yuki's comfort for our own.
So he has a little bit of like a split personality. He has like his moments where he's like really mean to you and doesn't want you to touch him at all. And then at certain moments, he's just super loving, like just wants your attention, wants you to pick him up.
He's got many funny things that he does. There's a lot about him that's not normal. We were living in the east coast of South Africa and we were only there for a year, and it was actually our first little home together, and we thought the final piece to that home was getting a cat, and we actually got a little kitten called Luna. We became super attached, and sadly we only had her for a week until she actually passed away, and we were totally heartbroken. We went back to the people who we adopted Luna from, and Yuki was actually the last kitten that they had left. The reason was because he wasn't very loving and apparently he wasn't a very sociable cat. He was always quite anxious, and they kind of warned us that he wouldn't really warm up to us. I picked him up and he just seemed to be quite relaxed and tranquil, and the parents were shocked. You know, they were like, oh, well, that's unusual. So even though he was the last kitten, it was for us, it was the sign, you know. Brought Yuki home, and for the first like 2 weeks he was very shy, hiding under the couch, not really sure where to put himself, and after just a few weeks he became super loving and he just warmed up to us, and now he's our little baby, you know. Yuki's just turned out to be our little dream kitten. It was just a normal day and we were doing some washing outside, and we always are very careful with the door being open, but he took the opportunity to run outside. And at the time we were in a residence that it was like a shared complex where there were other people who had pit bulls. We opened the door and he just sprinted out in like split second, and I mean normally he was quite good, you know, he wouldn't do that, and it freaked us out. And next thing, obviously the dog came running to grab him and got him in like lockjaw. I obviously freaked out in a panic and I sprinted outside and I went and yanked the dog's jaws open, obviously trying to save my cat, and brought him inside. I just wanted to see how he was after I got him out, and I put him down on the floor and he sort of like was crawling, but with only his front paws, so his whole back and everything was just like totally limp. I mean, this was really like heartbreaking for us. We rushed him to the vet. The vet told us not looking great and that he'd have to go through a surgery, but he would make it, of course.
He completely shattered his pelvis, and the next day he stood up and I think he went to the bathroom on his own. He's a little fighter. We got him back, but then he had to stay in a cage, so they call it like cage rest, for 6 weeks.
We're very fortunate because after losing Luna, we were just like overwhelmed with the whole situation, so we're very happy that he made it through.
I think he's just opened my eyes that I can't just think about myself all the time. It made me realize, you can actually care about someone else and about something else. He's literally become like our baby.
For us, he's just a little ball of endorphins. It's nice to care for such a sweet little creature and feel like the parents of this creature, and he really treats us that way. You know, he looks up to us and we're his whole worlds.